Hello and welcome again to Let's Talk About Business. Today we'll talk about business models and the business model canvas. Let's find out how founders structure their strategic planning process and which tools they use. I'm very happy to introduce our guest today, Thomas Kircher, who is co-founder of the startup Smart Energy Consulting here in Innsbruck. Thomas, welcome to this talk and thanks for being here.
Hello, thanks for having me.
I just mentioned it, you are the co-founder of Smart Energy Consulting. Would you please explain what is Smart Energy Consulting doing and when did you found your business?
I founded Smart Energy Consulting in the year 2016, and in the year 2019, the Limited was established here in Innsbruck near the MCI. Smart Energy identifies saving potentials for private customers and also for business customers. With our specific know-how, we look at all of the customers' energy issues and can identify saving potentials in many different ways. We optimize the energy costs and find potential savings in the future, and this is the digital way of consulting here at Smart Energy.
Okay. So let me put it in different words. You are looking to other people's houses and tell them where they can reduce their cost of the energy in the energy area. Was there a special trigger in 2016 in the market when you found your startup, or was it a personal motivation? How did you come to this startup?
Yes, in the year 2015, during my time as an employee for a distribution network operator, I realized that the focus is not at the customer in this area. And also the energy issue become more and more complex for these customers. This is where we come with our company and provide the user with a transparent approach and overview plus savings, money and resources. So I developed the idea in 2015 for Smart Energy Consulting, and the focus is back on this customer or on the customers. Smart Energy enables the customers keep and centralized overview and act in a sustainable way.
I would like to dig a bit deeper in how is it working, this cost-saving process. Could you please explain how you do this? How do you find resources where you can save money for your customers?
We track all data and analyze all data of the customer, yeah. And then we can, with our know-how in the digital way, we can provide the saving potentials for the customers. So we save money, we save the costs in the area of energy and also the grid specificum. So we analyze this, and then the customer get a report for minimize the costs in this area, and this is the services of Smart Energy.
So could you say that you are basically approaching this topic out of two perspectives? One is you are changing the consumer behavior and telling him maybe your energy consumption in the morning is more expensive than in the afternoon, and the second one is you're providing better prices for the existing consumption, right?
Yeah, the second part is the most specific part at Smart Energy. So we analyze the cost areas, yeah, and the sustainable aspect in this way is also a consulting theme in our areas that we will present our customers. Yes, it's correct.
So I totally understand how you are saving money for your customers, but now I would like to ask you, how are you making money? So coming to the business model, how and when did you define your business model?
When we defined the business model in year 2015, I decided to get this the potential for these P2B and P2C customers all over the area in Austria. And so the business plan is created in this year, yeah. Also with the business model canvas in this business plan.
Can you give us an insight how you came up with the numbers. The biggest question for the students is, should I ask for a 10% provision or a 50% provision? Should I say I could imagine you can say, I'm taking all the savings for the first year, but then I don't take anything anymore. How did you define how you want to make money with your business idea?
We analyzed for each customer the past 3 years and also analyze the data from this past 3 years. Also in the future, the 5 years. So we have 8 years. We can analyze all the data, all the costs, and also the savings in these 8 years. And if there are savings that we are analyze and can report to customers, 70% of this costs is for the customer, and 30% of this cost is the amount for smart energy. And if there is no potential savings, so we have also no amount for smart energy consulting. And this is the business model in our consultancy.
That sounds like a fair offer for your customer or your client. Yeah. My question is, did you start with this business model, or have you had the first 2, 3, 4, 5 customers, and then you recognized I have to adapt my business model because it isn't working, or I can make a lot more profit by changing it? Or how did you come to this final version of this model? How long did this take?
We start with this model, and so we have a special know-how in various areas, so we can minimize the risk also for smart energy consulting, that the amount is not zero for the customer and smart energy consulting. So we start with this model. On the other hand, we have also consulting areas in which we are calculate also in euros per hour. This is also a way we can take this. But the first business model we start in the year 2016, and this is a way with the customer have no financial risk also in using the smart energy platform.
Mm-hmm. You mentioned at the beginning that you have used the business model Canvas. Could you please explain where did you apply this model?
We use this model in creating the business plan because it's an easy way to understand the various areas, and also the employees understand in a easy way which the main cost factors in the company, which are the main customers, which are the main key partners. And if you only have this in a business plan, which in 60 sides of text in all the various themes, it's not so easy to understand it. With the business model Canvas, you understand it on one print, and this is the way we use it.
It gives you the key information on the first site.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
You were mentioning business plans. Do you still do your strategic planning with business plans, or do you have a standardized strategic planning process in place?
We have at first we have a business plan, and now we have strategic planning also with a balanced scorecard. So we can measure the various areas, and this is important for us because only with the business plan you can measure it. And the balanced scorecard is a good instrument to use it.
I'm very happy to hear about this. My students will be very happy that Kaplan Norton were rewarded for this introduction of the balanced scorecard a few years ago, and that actually companies are using this balanced scorecard. You mentioned the different perspective. One of them is the learning perspective, where you can show every employee how they contribute to the overall goal to this. Are you breaking down all the goals you have, the overall goal, to the employees so they can see what their specific tasks are for a year? How do you do this? How is this strategic planning be done in your company?
One instrument is the balance scorecard. Another instrument is the financial sheet. We have a sheet with each month. You can see the goals in this area. Also, we have in our customer relationship management tool various targets for each month and the year, and every employee in our company can see these goals, these targets. And these are the instruments for the employees also, because it's very important that also the employees can see these goals and can see the percentage of achieving these goals. Yeah, it's very important.
And now I have a very personal question. How difficult is it for you to define those goals?
It's not so difficult because you have goals for the year, and then you can say what's in each month in this year, what's the goals, and so you can go from the big part to each week. It's not so difficult to say in this year this goal we will reach in these 52 weeks. So it's not so difficult to see this also in the customer dashboard.
Is the achievement of those goals related with some kind of bonuses for the employees?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So they have a personal benefit when they achieve their goals in a month.
Yeah, it's important for us that the employee is a part of the company. So each employee in the company have a percentage of the amount in the various months. So it's implemented.
My last question is related to the actual situation we have for the moment. People tend to work from home, and there's a high demand in the market that employees would like to work in their home office. Do you think that this system is somehow designed in when you have a centered work, where you meet somewhere in your head office, or would you say that works fine as well, as long as the numbers are okay, they can work from wherever they want to?
It works better in home office because they are more focused. You focus more on your task in the home office and can say 1 to 5, this is today my focus task. And when you are in the office, it's not so focused. So for us, is it better to work in home office? We have at the moment also home office. Employees are in Germany and in Italy, also in Austria, and it works perfect. That's the way.
Thomas, that was a fantastic insight. Basically, you're telling everyone that home office can work wonderful as long as you have the right motivational system in place. Thank you very much for sharing all those insights with us, explaining how these strategic planning systems are working in your company and could work in every other company as well. It was really interesting. Thank you for your time, and I'm looking very much forward to meeting you again for the next talk. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.